Are you one of those who often wonder how to start building wealth or taking control of their finances? Maybe you do not earn sufficient income to actually start saving and investing. You are not alone. But here's the good news. With financial education, you get the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence to actually start building wealth from wherever you are financially. I am Dr. Charity Ezenwa Onago, and in this lesson, I've put together 3 steps to help you kickstart that journey to wealth building. So join me. When you think of how to start building wealth, think AGALEC. AGALEC represents the important steps you need to build sustainable wealth, that wealth that you can pass on from one generation to the other. The first part of AGALEC is what I call the starter steps. These are the 3 steps you need to kickstart that wealth building process. The AGALEC starter steps include awareness, goals, and actions. Starter step number 1 is awareness. Awareness means to become aware of your overall wealth, to assess your overall financial situation. And under these, I have human capital, social capital, cultural capital, and financial capital. Awareness of your human capital means to become aware of those skills that you have, those knowledge that you possess, those talents, those things that you can do, that you have the capability to do. Assess your human capital and see how you can exploit them to actually build wealth. Are you making good use of your human capital? Are you exploiting them to the extent that you should? Are you taking advantage of that talent that you have to actually create income and build wealth for yourself? Assess your social capital. Social capital includes your networks, your association, people you connect with. Are you making intentional efforts to connect with those people that actually add value to you? Are you making effort to associate with those people that are meaningful? There is a saying that your network is your net worth. That is true only if you are connecting with those people that actually add value to you. So make that assessment and see what you can improve on. Cultural capital. Cultural capital is your perception, your attitude, your values. I consider it huge because your cultural capital unlocks the door to a lot of other sources of capital around you. Think of your smile as an example. Your smile can connect you to that person who knows another person and who could give you that contract, who could give you that job, who could give you that opportunity that you're looking for. Your attitude means everything. Your attitude can can unlock your social capital. Your attitude can unlock your financial capital. So make conscious effort to assess your cultural capital and see what you can take advantage of. Your financial capital. This is what mostly we think about when we think about wealth. We think in terms of financial capital. So make that assessment. Assess your income. Where is your income coming from? How much do you earn? Take note of every single source of income that you have. Account for all of them. Assess your expenses. Where is your money going? Know every little thing you spend your money on. Write them down. Track your expenses. Create a budget. But we'll discuss that on a different lesson. But the essence of this lesson is for you to become aware of your income and expenses, what you're earning and where it is going. Assess your assets. What do you own? What are those things of value that you own? Think of your liabilities. Who do you owe? Because your assets, when you take care of your liabilities take away your liabilities from your assets, you find your net worth. So when you hear this person is worth so million, is worth so billions, they are considering their assets less their liabilities. So make that assessment. And we are still going to talk on that later on in another lesson. But become aware of your assets and your liabilities so that you know where you need to spend, focus on. You know where you need to spend more on. You know what to invest in so that you can increase what or decrease what. So make that assessment. So the very first starter step is to become aware of your overall financial wealth. Starter step number 2 is to set goals, set financial goals. So your goals will depend on the outcome of your assessment from starter step number 1. So after the overall awareness of what your finances look like, what do you need to improve on? Is there any area that you need to work on? Do you have this talent that you need to develop further? Do you want to increase your income? Do you want to decrease your expenses? Do you want to work on investing on increasing your assets? Set that goal. And your goals must be measurable and precise. So it means make your goals in such a way that at the end you can measure, you can say this is how you will determine if you've actually achieved your goal. So make it as precise as possible. Prioritize. So your goals should be arranged in order of importance. Which is more important to you? Make a list and prioritize them. So you start tackling the most important goals first. Time frame. Put a time on it. Put a time on your goals so that you know so and so time I'm going to achieve this. So that after that time elapses, you will go back and see if you've actually achieved that which you wanted to achieve. So the next thing about goals is to write them down. This is very, very important. When you write your goals down, you hold yourself accountable. So by all means, write them down. This is very, very important. 1 year after, 2 years after, even a few months later, you go back and look at your goals. You see how far you've come. Any goal that you have not achieved is a reminder for you to work towards achieving those goals. Starter step number 3 is to take action. This is also huge. It's the critical part of these steps, because when you assess your financial situation, when you set goals and you do not take action, nothing will change. Your financial situation will not improve until you actually take action. So I'm calling on you to take action. Act on those goals. Start today and do something about your finances. Your actions will depend on the goals you've set for yourself. So the strategy here is to start with the short-term goals first, and then you move towards the longer-term goals. The idea is that when you achieve short-term goals, you are motivated. You have that energy to actually pursue further goals. So start with very short-term goals first. As you achieve them, you set another one. As you achieve them, you keep going. And before you know it, you end up achieving your longer-term goals. So I have these 3 points that I have created as a guide to help you take action. First is to spend less than you earn. This is good for everybody, irrespective of where you are financially, right? So spend less than you earn. It might be difficult for some people, but if you try and squeeze something out, no matter how little, find a way to cut your expenses and live below that income that you earn. And one advice I can give you right now is that you will find a way to survive. It might seem impossible, but when you try to cut your expenses just slightly below your income, you will be just fine. So another option is to expand your income. Whilst it might be difficult for some people to spend less than they earn if they earn very little income, expand your income to earn more. And how will you do that? A lot of people might ask, how can I do that? I earn so and so. How can I expand it? That is the advantage of that step 1 assessment. Find that knowledge, find that skill you have, find that talent you have, find something that you do so well. There is somebody out there that might need your services. There is something every one of us has that we can exploit further and actually build wealth. It could be your house you live in. You can, if you own your house, you can rent some of it out and earn rental income. You can find extra job. You can find side gig. You can find a hobby, a side hustle that you can do to earn income. The last part is to smartly invest the difference. Smartly invest the difference between your income and your expenses. So it is this investment that makes the difference. And for you to have something to invest, you must be living below your income. Your expenses must fall below your income for you to have something to invest in. So invest the difference between your income and expenses. It is this investment that will continuously flow, that will yield that income that will continuously flow over time. So just to recap, the first starter step is awareness. Become aware of your financial situation. And starter step number 2 is to set financial goals. Starter step number 3 is to take action. So that's it for today. Thank you for listening. In our next lesson, we will discuss what I call the backbone steps. Those are the steps that will help you whatever stage you are, even if you are already building wealth. The backbone steps will help you to continuously build wealth. Thank you, and I will see you in the next lesson.